Today you're going to learn how to lucid dream in one day. So you want to lucid dream, but you're overwhelmed with all the information out there online. Well, in this video, I'm going to share with you step-by-step instructions for one day of lucid dream training. So I've condensed everything that a beginner needs to do to get started with lucid dreaming in one day, so you know exactly what you need to do, and hopefully you'll have a lucid dream tonight. Step 1. The morning. You've just woken up, keep your eyes closed. Now spend the next 5 minutes trying to recall anything you've dreamt about in the previous night. Before you record your dreams, quickly check whether you're actually awake and you're not just dreaming about waking up. Pinch your nose, try to breathe through it. Can you breathe through it? If you can, you're still dreaming. Once you feel like you've remembered everything you can from your previous night's dreams, open your eyes, grab your phone, a notebook, or a voice recorder and record everything you can remember from the previous night's dreams. Focus especially on how you were in the dream, so your emotions, what you were thinking, that kind of thing. Make a note of those now. Step 2. Prepare for the day ahead. As you go about your morning ablutions, having your shower, brushing your teeth, making your breakfast, think about your night's dreams. Was there anything about those dreams that stood out? Any themes, any strong emotions, anything that you could consider a theme to the dreams of that night? So this could be something like stressful dreams, or emotional dreams, or coincidences, or particular people. Anything that stood out, make a mental note of them. So we're going to work with the assumption that you could recall your dreams, and that there were themes in those dreams that stood out, and there almost always is. So let's say you had a series of dreams with worries. You were worrying in those dreams. Now you're going to use that thing as a target for the rest of the day. So now you're going to set an intention for the rest of the day using your prospective memory, your ability to remember to do things in the future. So let's say you had dreams of worry. You're going to say to yourself, whenever I feel myself worrying throughout the day, I'm going to stop, I'm going to detach myself from the situation, and I'm going to ask myself, could this be a dream right now? And the chances are there's going to be a few prominent things that occurred in your previous dreams. These might be particular people, particular places, but really focus on how you felt. The feelings and the thoughts in the dreams are the most important, and they're the most broad-ranging as targets. So worry is a good one, anxiety is a good one, happiness, conversation, that kind of thing. What was the main thrust of the dream? Choose 2 or 3 things that you can find and set the intention for each of those that you're going to use them as targets for the rest of the day. And if you dreamt of something really strange like aliens invading, obviously you're not going to see any aliens throughout your day, probably not anyway, but think about, how did that make you feel? Did it make you feel stressed out? Did it make you feel excited? The excitement or the stress will be your target for the rest of the day. Step 3. Don't trust yourself. You're going to need a backup because you're a beginner and your ability to set intentions and prospective memory is going to be quite weak. So for the rest of the day, you're going to set an alarm for 2 hours in the future. The alarm isn't to remind you to do something, it's to remind you to check whether you are doing the right thing. So you've set your intention to look out for your signs from your dreams and to respond to them when they occur. And in 2 hours' time, when your alarm goes off, you're going to ask yourself, have I been doing that? Because the chances are you probably forgot. When your alarm goes off, if you haven't done the thing, set the intention again, set another alarm for 2 hours, and keep doing that for the rest of the day. The alarm is to remind you to stay on track. Step 4. Do the thing. So you've set the intention throughout the day to look out for things that were similar to your dreams. So as the day progresses, try to remember to stay vigilant for any emotional states, any intellectual states, whatever you've chosen, look out for those things. Now the problem is, those things tend to be quite distracting. Dreams are full of distractions, and normally your trigger is going to be some form of distraction, and that's really hard to catch. So you need to engage metacognition, thinking about how you think. Be observant as much as you can throughout the day about what your mind is doing, what your emotions are doing, and the moment you spot something that relates to your dream, remember to detach and question, could this be a dream? Step 5. When you are triggered, you need to ask the question seriously. So let's say your trigger was worry, you start to worry, you catch it, and then you go, okay, I need to ask, am I dreaming? So when you ask the question, make sure you're open to the possibility that you could be dreaming. Don't just shrug it off. Don't just assume you're awake, because that's a bad habit. And if you do that when you're dreaming, you're just going to have a non-lucid dream. So stop and really think, could this be a dream right now? Observe your environment, engage your critical thinking, genuinely question, is there anything out of place? Is there anything that's telling me this could be a dream? And when you've done that, do another nose pinch test. Pinch your nose, try to breathe through it. If you can breathe through it, you're dreaming. If you can't, you're not. If you're not dreaming, remind yourself again, set the intention, I'm going to keep doing this for the rest of the day, and then think to yourself, if I were dreaming, what would I do in this environment? Step 6, rinse and repeat. You're going to be doing all of these steps from the moment you wake up, the moment your head hits the pillow. But an hour before you go to bed, start to wind down. Don't use any screens of any type. You need to give your brain a bit of time to start preparing for sleep. And when you do go to bed, set the intention to continue to be vigilant throughout the night. You're going to look out for those signs and be ready to ask yourself, could this be a dream, when you're sleeping. Step 7, lucid dreaming techniques. If you really want to increase your chances of a lucid dream tonight, you want to add a lucid dreaming technique on top of the daytime practice. But just a quick reminder before we go any further, everything you've learned so far is the most basic lucid dream training. All of it can be improved upon. And if you want to improve your knowledge and improve your daytime practice, subscribe to this channel and watch the other videos. They all help you build your skills in lucid dreaming. As for lucid dreaming techniques, again, you'll find many of them here on this channel, but as a beginner, one of the best techniques you can use is one called MILD, the mnemonic induction of lucid dreams. It's by a lucid dreaming researcher called Dr. Stephen LaBerge. Rather than give you the tutorial here, I've already made a video on it and I'll pop it on the screen right now. So go watch the MILD tutorial and you'll have the best chance for a lucid dream tonight.